everyone, this is Robin and welcome to mypinkstamper.com. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I was thinking today that Christmas is coming up, it's not too far away, and I have lived in some tropical areas. I lived in Florida for 2 years. I grew up in California where we never had a white Christmas, and so I thought I would share one of our new stamp sets called Beachy Little Christmas. So if you're in that same situation, or some of your friends and family are, wouldn't they like to get a fun Christmas card that maybe is more, has some of the same colors but makes you feel a little more beachy? You can find this stamp set in our holiday catalog, Creativity Delivered. On page 19, I'll have all of the item codes and numbers on my screen and at the very end of this video, and also in the description. You can order anything that you see on this video today directly from my shopping page. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's pull this here. Let's pull this out here. Okay, I'm going to start by using an oval from our Stitched Shapes ovals, and I'm using our thick Whisper White for that. And I'm also using the next size up from our Stitched Shaped ovals, and I'm going to be using that with our Old Olive cardstock. This is the Stampin' Up! Big Shot. I love, love, love my Big Shot. If you don't own the Big Shot yet, this is something maybe you want to ask for Christmas. It's a great gift to have. So I'm going to put these on my Big Shot platform, and I'm going to roll these through the Big Shot like this. Okay. And now I'm going to take them out of my Big Shot like this. And we're going to be using our new Stampin' blends to color your little beachy scene. So let's go ahead and take this framelit out. You just pop it out and it has stitch shapes on it. Set that aside. And then we're going to be working with this piece here. Punch it out, super easy to do. All right, now I'm going to be stamping. I have one of our background grid paper pieces that I'm using here because we're going to be doing a little bit of stenciling as well as stamping, and I'm afraid this might stamp off a little bit. These are considered our clear mount red rubber stamps. You can get these in the clear mount, which I prefer because they store easier and you don't need to have as many blocks. Or you can get these in wood mount. If you like the older traditional type of stamping, you can get this type with wood mount as well. So these, you just peel them off, and we're going to be using the palm tree right here. And then you could just add it on a clear block. I'm using one of our clear mount blocks, and this is D. So I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black that we carry, and I'm going to stamp it on here. Perfect. And do you see how the bottom went off just a little bit? And I'm using the Memento because I'm using the Stampin' blends. And if you use our regular archival basic black, or if you use the Stays On, it's going to run when you use the alcohol inks. So what I'm going to do first is I have the Crumb Cake Light and Dark, and I'm going to start, and I'm using the tip that is a finer bullet point, and I'm going to just color in. The great thing about the blends, you should start with those. I wanted to be solid, but you could start with the lighter color and then go to the dark, or the darker color and go light. I'm just going to kind of have this on one side with the darker color, and I also go out of the lines a lot. Ignore that loud noise. I don't know what's going on in my kitchen. Welcome to my craft room. You never quite know what you're gonna hear. All right, and now I'm using the lighter crumb cake, and this gives it a little bit of texture. I'm trying not to color on the circles. Those are my ornaments, and I want them to show through. Okay, so I have that shaded, and now I'm going to go ahead and take the darker of my, it's called Dark Cherry Cobbler. The great thing about these Stampin' blends, you can get them in the whole entire set if you'd like, or you can get them individual or in the combo packs. And the combo packs have a light and dark version of each color. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and dot all these. So give me a minute and I'll speed this up. All right, so now I have my red light Christmas lights, and I'm going to do now the palm leaves, and I'm using the light Old Olive. And I'm just going to do most of it light, and then I'm just going to shade in a little bit with the dark. And again, don't worry about going outside the lines. I go outside the lines a lot, especially when I'm not wearing my glasses like now. And it's just art. If you want to feel artistic and you don't have to be perfect, you're going to love these. You're going to love coloring. Coloring releases a lot of our stress, our anxiety. It's fun to do. It's just so fun as an adult for me to be able to color, just saying. And that one went way out of the lines. But it's still going to be super cute, I promise. I already know it's going to be. Okay, now I'm going to take the darker, and I'm just going to use the bullet point. And I'm just going to kind of go where there's the lines. Just very carefully add some shading here. This one's going to be on the inside. Just kind of shade it. That's just an easy way to look like you're a coloring pro. It's just to shade it just a little bit. All right, so I have my tree done. Now what? Now what are we going to do? Okay, let's set our pens aside. Now you see my stencil. This is the cloud stencil. This is from, I'll put the name of the stencil pack, the masks. These are, I think they're the party something masks. I'll have it on the screen. And I'm using Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to put this underneath this. And of course I have to have, you know, it's Christmas, but we are in someplace tropical, and there are some beautiful clouds rolling by. There's not the dark snow clouds, which are still beautiful, but these are just going to be light and fluffy blue. Now you could use our brayer if you'd like to use our sponge brayer. I'm just going to grab one of our sponges, and they come in a pack of 3, and I cut them into quarters, so I actually get 12 from a pack. And then I just rinse them off, or I throw them away when I'm done, or put them in the same color family. This is just going to give me some light. So Soft Sky, this is Soft Sky ink, if I hadn't said that before. It's a very, very light color. Hope you guys can see that okay. I'm gonna try not to put my hand in front of it too much. And I really just need about 3/4 because I have something going on the bottom. It's just a really light, like a breezy, beautiful, I feel like that guy that paints pictures. Do you know the guy I'm talking about with the curly hair? I can't think of his name right now. I feel like him. I'm not as talented, of course, but I love how he talks about his art when he's creating it. So it's the same thing here. These clouds are just going by in the breeze. And maybe we'll see Santa Claus going by on one of these one day. Okay, so it's just very, very light. So when I lift this up, you'll see how light it is. You'll say, Robin, I can barely see it. But I can see it enough. I got it dark. See? So it is enough on here to give me just a little bit of a background look. And now I'm going to take some crumb cake that I have cut at 1 and, let's see what this is. Let me get my, so the great thing about these grid paper pieces is they have a ruler on them. So this is 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to go ahead and just take my snail adhesive and just add this to the bottom, right like this. Pretty. So this is my sand on my beach. Now let's go ahead and add this. I love this. I haven't even done this, you guys. So sometimes I do my projects first, so I know what I'm doing. This one I'm just kind of threw some colors together, so I love how it's turning out. It's super gorgeous. I'm going to put this off to the side here, and we need a sentiment. Let's do Have Yourself a Beachy Little Christmas. I think that's perfect. And what color? I'm going to go ahead and stamp this in the Memento Black, since that's what I was using on my other part, so it kind of goes together. And find one of my blogs. Here, I'm going to use D again for this one. Have Yourself a Beachy Little Christmas. Okay. Move this aside, ink this up, and I'm going to stamp it right here. Have yourself a beachy little Christmas. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this. So I pulled some of the colors out of with my coloring, right? So I pulled the crumb cake, so that's crumb cake, and I pulled the cherry cobbler. So we're going to put the cherry cobbler. So my piece of white is 3 3/4 by 5 inches, if I didn't tell you already. This piece of cherry cobbler is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. I'm just gonna add that on there. Super pretty. And then let's take a piece of Old Olive cardstock that's cut 5.5 by 8.5. So it's a piece of cardstock, our regular 8.5 by 11, just cut in half. So if you're new to stamping and this is new to you card making and you're thinking, I could do this, you can totally do this. It's just really super easy to do. And hopefully my videos will help walk you through how to make your own project step by step. You can do this one as well if you're in a beach area, beach location. I'm going to add some of our Stampin' dimensionals on the back. Okay. Here we go. And now we have a quick and simple little beachy Christmas card for one of your family friends that live in an area that doesn't have snow and they have the ocean and the beach. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget you can visit me at mypinkstamper.com. You can order anything directly from my shopping page at mypinkstamper.stampinup.net. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.